Welcome back, guys. I hope you've been enjoying the course so far. I would love to hear from you. How are you enjoying the course? What are your thoughts? How is it benefiting you? What are you still stuck on? Shoot me an email. I'll put my email address here, but you guys should have it by now. So we already did a posing shooting video with Jose and Aaron, but in this video I want to do something a little bit different. So these are 25 of the poses that I use pretty much in every photo shoot, give or take. At least 15 to 20 of them, it kind of depends on the person. These 25 get photographed pretty much every session. Now, depending on the client, depending on their height, depending on their outfits, depending on their hair, you can do a lot of different things. Those different things will sort of come out in during the shoot. But I want to take you guys from like never having shot a boudoir shoot before to being able to do an entire photo shoot, something 25 poses, something that I know works because my clients buy them. So we have a real client coming in today. So this woman, Caitlin, I photographed her last year, about 8 or 9 months ago. And when she came in, she had no previous experience, unlike Sandy, who's been in a bunch of photo shoots. Caitlin's only done one with me. So she's coming back in today, and I'm excited to share with you these 25 poses. Okay, everybody, this is Katie.
Hi.
She is our client today. I photographed her, like I said, about 8 or 9 months ago.
Yep.
And we are going to be showing you guys these 25 poses. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
So the first place I normally start is up against this wall. So normally I start in like a sweater or a t-shirt or something loose that they can just tug around with for a couple of reasons. One is it turns off their brain. They're thinking about their hands. They're not thinking about what their expression should be. And that allows it to be more natural. So go ahead and put your shoulder just up against this guy right here like this, facing me. Amazing. Oh God, it's glowing. So good. Okay, so take your hands like so, and with one hand you're gonna pull up, with one hand you're gonna pull down. You're gonna take your hips, you're gonna shift your hips back. Perfect. All right, 1, 2, amazing. Take your nose and just go this way just a little bit more. Take your head tilt and go in this way. All right, take a deep breath through your mouth. Wow, that's gonna be so good. Okay, I forgot that every time I do one of these with somebody I've shot before, I'm just like, let's start shooting.
Let's do this.
Let's have a seat and I'm gonna walk through all the different posing stuff. So a lot of the stuff we're gonna do is pointing toes. Pointing toes like a dancer.
Yes.
Gonna be a lot of arch back.
Yes.
That's perfect. Our hands, we're gonna play the mirror game. So I'm gonna go like this and like this and like this. Perfect. Our hands are excuses to do certain things.
Okay.
So they'll be in your hair, they'll be tugging on clothing, they'll may put some pressure in here.
Okay.
Anything just that leads to some of the suggestion. Our expression, you remember?
I was like, I hope he goes over that again.
Okay, perfect. So the first thing is slightly squinted eyes. So the 3 steps are slightly squinted eyes.
Okay.
The second is breathing through your mouth. So like I said, take a deep breath. So don't purse your lips to
Okay.
blow out like cold air.
Okay.
But it's more an exhale, like just enough for the air to come out of your lips. More like, yeah, you're like,
Okay.
there you
That
go.
makes sense.
So step 1 is slightly squinted eyes. Step 2 is breathing through your mouth. Step 3 is that you have a secret.
Oh yeah, okay.
You remember the secret?
I kind of.
Perfect. Well, it'll we'll talk a little bit more about it as we go. But those
Perfect.
are essentially the ones for those. So I'll mirror to get you into the poses. Some poses I'll hop into first. That's pretty much. You feel refreshed?
I do actually.
Excellent. Isn't that funny? You're like, no, I got this. And
I
it's like,
got
wait,
this.
I don't remember a couple of those.
I was like, I don't remember the facial expressions. That was like my biggest. I'm like, I can copy him. Like that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's the I don't remember what I'm doing.
Okay, so essentially from this pose, there are so many different variations you can do of them with the hands. So one that I like to do is one hand down, one hand up. Another you can do is grab the sweater here and then you shrug up your shoulders exactly just like that. Okay, nose again a little bit this way. Perfect, and then breathe through your mouth. And just bring your forehead a little bit forward towards me. Amazing. Perfect. Okay, that's perfect. A lot of perfect. Another variation that you could do is with your wrists rolled back. So you're gonna shift your hips way back. Then you're gonna come up just a little bit more. Exactly. Okay, head tilting this way.
Yes.
Deep breath. Let's pull all of your hair to this side. That's so good. Amazing. So you can see that with each one pose, there are like a bunch of different variations that you can do within them. With the hands, with the expression, with the head tilt, with the hair. The more variations you can get, as long as they're different enough, will encourage the client to purchase 2 pictures side by side in an album, or just have the variety to pick their favorite. You don't want to overload them with something here and then something here and then something here. That's too much. But to be able to have hands pulling here, here, pulling up, head tilts, hair to different sides, you can do that. So basically I would do a bunch of variations of this. A lot of the other poses we can do in the other outfits. So at this point I would normally do a transition shot, which would take us from this outfit to the next outfit. So that would be a shot taking off the shirt. So I normally do that from 2 different angles. So let's do the first one. So Katie, why don't you stand here? So the first one here, I'll show you here. So your feet are separated.
Yes.
Crisscross your arms.
Yep.
Arch your back. Now, as you pull the shirt up, what usually happens is it's getting stuck in the back. So you have to like curl up your fingers like this exactly to get a little bit more.
Okay.
And then you're only gonna go up about halfway. It's just for the shot. And then we're gonna change perspective and do it again.
Okay. So not taking a shirt.
Exactly.
Got it.
Perfect. Okay, so take a little baby step to the left. There you go. Okay, let me get a quick test shot. Okay, so really arch your back, lift up your hands a little bit more. Perfect, stay right there. That's awesome, got it. So the other one that we're gonna do is you're gonna stand right here.
Okay.
Turn around and face me.
Okay.
Put your butt up against the, there you go. So the reason why we do this one is we do this one from the back because it's got, this is really bright. So she's gonna be really dark. It adds like a little amount of mystery to it. This one, we want your eyes glowing. We want it to really pop. We want it to be really engaging. So we're gonna do pretty much the same thing. So separate your feet.
Okay.
Rock your weight to this side.
Okay.
You're gonna crisscross. Perfect, and then you're gonna come up just a little bit. A little bit more than that. Perfect, and then relax your shoulders. Okay, hips back. Okay, quick little test shot. Perfect. Okay, so relax, let go for a sec.
Yep.
And we're gonna do just kind of to get a little bit more motion, a little bit more natural motion in it.
Okay.
Rock your hip to this side, and then I'm gonna start taking pictures, and then you'll go like this, and then start.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay, go ahead. There, perfect. That's amazing. So what'll happen a lot is you'll get them into a pose and they'll feel very stiff. They're thinking about, okay, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Sometimes you have to just reset and then have them put a little motion into it. It'll be much more natural. Okay, so those are kind of the 3 best shirt poses that I do. We'll usually get about 10 to 15 that I'll show of the shirt. They're all just sort of little variations of those versions. So I want you to go ahead and toss on that blue shirt.
Okay.
And then we'll keep going. Now we have Katie in a button-up shirt, and don't be afraid to move around the space that's in your studio. If you've got a bed, you want to push it in a different direction, a couch that you want to get closer to the light or something like that. So I'm going to rearrange the studio just a little bit real quick. All we're doing here is putting this in a position where she can sit down and have all of this really nice light hit her directly. Okay, so if you want to, have a seat on the floor and face this way. Okay, so you're gonna sit with your legs crossed like so. And then we're gonna have you buttoning up your shirt a little bit. Okay, let me get a little test shot here. That is super good. Okay, toss all of your hair to the other side because we gotta see. Perfect. Love how most women are like, oh yeah, I'll, and they'll do it. You're just like, whew.
Button up more.
No, so basically all we're doing here is we're getting the action of the buttoning. So it doesn't matter if you're buttoning up, buttoning down, or just holding just the one button.
Yeah.
Exactly. And as you do it, don't look too far down.
Okay.
I really just want kind of your eyes down. That is perfect. And then I'm just gonna fix your collar.
Do it.
There. Perfect. All right, take a deep breath. Amazing. Okay, looking over at me. So good. You're fierce today.
Makes me laugh, which like throws me off.
Good. Good. All right, one more deep breath. Okay, now eyes up at me. Amazing. Now, pose on a couch, you can do it in a bodysuit. You can do it in a lingerie outfit. You can do it with nothing at all. You can do it with a blanket. You know, there's a lot of different variations. So we're gonna do a couple of shirts that I do with somebody with a button-up shirt. It's also very common to do this with a robe as well because they sort of function in the same way. Let's actually add an extra one in. So we'll do 2 more. You are gonna very similarly, like we did over there, put your shoulder here, turn and face me. Okay, now what we're gonna do is you're going to take the shirt off this way and then you'll pull it together so it's coming kind of around your shoulders. Okay, so what you're gonna do is instead of holding it with one hand, you're gonna grab with both hands here.
Okay.
You're gonna lift up your hands just a little bit. Perfect. Hips back. You can rock your shoulder into it. Exactly. And then instead of putting your knuckles together, I just want a little bit of space in between them. Exactly. And then relax your shoulders. Just do this a little bit. Perfect. Okay, hips back again. Right there's perfect. Okay, head tilting this way. Amazing. In this shot, the big key is to get on your tiptoes. You're gonna crisscross like this. Exactly. The point is not that we're actually going anywhere. It's just that we're crisscrossing our feet, and I hope that you do not die.
I try to balance and do it.
Okay, now for your shirt, as you take it off, it's gonna hang kind of around your wrists. So we want it just low enough that it's gonna go just below your butt.
Okay.
And now, in order for this shot to be really effective, you want a little bit of side light coming in here to highlight her back and her legs and everything like that. Perfect, let's go ahead and try it.
All right. This is the motion one though, right?
Yes, so you are gonna be, well, you'll start with the shirt off and down,
Okay.
and then we'll get the motion of you walking.
Okay. Perfect.
Exactly, so let's do this one first. Okay, so tiptoes, crisscross. Perfect, keep going. Peek over your right shoulder just a touch. Perfect, love it, amazing, don't die. Okay, so this looks really, really good.
Is it?
Of course.
Oh my gosh, Michael.
Super good.
Oh
Amazing,
my gosh.
so see how we can
Amazing.
see your face a little bit more
That's
here?
really good.
So this is what we want. Now the next shot I want to do is going to be the same thing, except the shirt is going to be lower so that
Okay.
we can see a little bit of your butt.
Okay.
And the way that you do that is when it's hanging down on the sides.
Yeah.
Exactly. So go ahead and I'll bring it down a little bit further.
Okay.
Perfect. So now as they're here, the farther they are forward, the tighter it's going to be.
Yes.
As you go back, it'll add a little bit more scoop. Exactly, just like that. So just relax your arms right there. Perfect. All right, tiptoes. Go for it. A little bit step to the right. Bring your hands a little closer to you. There you go. Right there. Oh, I got it. Perfect. Another variation of this that you can do is after they have the shirt off, they can just hold it by their side as they tiptoe away. This can be kind of a fun thing. But really the shot that really sells a lot is just with their wrist back and it hanging. Again, you can do this with a robe, you can do this with a button-up shirt. Both work really, really well. Okay, so on this one, all you really need is light coming from behind your subject. And I'm gonna be shooting kind of from over here, so you'll see how the layout is. But in this one, your right knee is gonna go down, and I'm gonna show you first. And then your left leg is gonna be pointed straight, and your toes gonna be pointed, and you're gonna go up like this with your elbows, okay? Perfect, okay, so all you're gonna do with your head tilt is you're gonna drop it down like this, and you're gonna get your fingertips up in your hair. Exactly. Okay, so that left leg is gonna be super straight. Amazing. I'm just gonna move this guy out of here. Perfect. Okay, and then point your other toe too. There you go. Okay, and as much as you can arch your back, push your hips up a little bit more. Perfect, deep breath. So that one's really good. The light is coming around her back. So we're gonna do a couple of the different variations that they will usually purchase a series of these. So the first thing that you're gonna do is just bring your other knee up, and you're gonna go back to your elbows like this. Perfect. And then you're gonna let your head tilt in a lot like this. Excellent. Okay, shift your hips back even a little bit further, right there. Okay, deep breath. Perfect. Okay, that looks really good. And then the last variation of that, so you're gonna go back down to your elbows. And then with this hand, your right hand, you're gonna reach over and grab your bra strap and just be pulling it down just a little bit. Exactly. Okay, and then as much as you can arch your back, and those hips again. Perfect. Excellent. Okay. So the key with this shot, which I'm gonna flash up on screen right now, it's all about hinting at something. So one thing we're bringing attention to is pulling the bra off the shoulder strap, which you can do or not do in pretty much every pose. From the angle that I'm shooting, the key is just to not get too much of their butt in the shot. It's just the suggestion. Also, as you're going around and shooting, so we've shot before and you trust me, when I'm doing a shot like that one, I'll say, for every pose that you're in, I'm trying to get variety. So from wherever you're at, I'll walk around and take a couple of different shots, and I'll show them as well so they don't feel like I'm just like right in the back just shooting, you know, nonstop pictures of their butt. This is what that one looks like.
Yes.
Super good.
So good.
So I don't do a whole lot in heels because that's my brand. I'm really more like, everything that I do feels more natural, more authentic, less dressed up. But having some heels and some shots can really look good, especially in a shot like this. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna sit down like this with your knees in here. Again, watch the buttons. And then you're gonna be grabbing your heels like this. You're gonna be arching your back.
Try not to fall.
And trying not to fall. Exactly. Perfect. So sit down. First sit down. Perfect. And then there you go. Okay, now grab. And then what you're gonna do is I'm only gonna make you do it for a second because it's hard, is I want your arms to be pretty straight, almost like you're pulling up on your heels. And to do that, you have to lift your butt up off of exactly that. So relax for a sec. Okay, and this one looks nice at a low angle as well. Just hanging back behind you. Okay, go ahead. Okay. With the heels, I'll do a handful of other shots, but that's pretty much the heel shot. Let's do one more with heels. We're gonna do one more with heels. We're gonna get rid of, this is Alfalfa the palm tree. He makes backgrounds beautiful, but is in the way for this particular shot. You can put your back up against that
This wall?
pillar.
Okay.
All you need for this shot is a brighter background than you have foreground. You can probably see in the video, but you'll definitely see in the picture. We're just gonna do a silhouette right now. Okay, so in this one, what you're gonna do is arch your back. We're gonna have one toe pointed out a little bit more than the other. And you can, we're gonna start here, and then I'm gonna snap a few, and you're gonna go up, and you're gonna stretch kind of as high as you can go.
Okay.
Exactly.
Like here?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Or like here?
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, go ahead. Okay, keep going, deep breath. Chin up, hands go all the way up. See if you can touch the ceiling. So this slims everybody up real nice. It's just a cool shot. Silhouettes, they're like mysterious, and you can do this pretty much up against any wall. You just throw a window behind them and you're set. So you're gonna put your knees back on it kind of like we were. Mm-hmm. You're gonna take your right hand, you're gonna grab here. Okay. Exactly, and then you're gonna shift your hips all the way back, and then you're gonna take your head tilt, you're gonna go in this way. I'm just gonna adjust your head.
Yep.
First what I'm gonna do is the background is super bright right now because we got all that light coming in and only so much coming in here. So I'm gonna close these shades. Better hold that pose. Just kidding. Okay. So that hand's there, shift your hips all the way back. Head tilt's gonna go down and in this way. And then with this hand, I want you to grab this bra strap. Exactly, you can pull it off the side there. Right there, stay there, it's perfect. Deep breath. Perfect. Sit a little bit lower into your stance right there. Amazing, right there. Deep breath. Okay, close your eyes for a second. Slowly open them. Amazing. Okay, so that was a hard pose probably to hold. Yeah. And the longer they're in that pose, the more it starts to like, yeah, get inside their head. So you'll have to reset them. And the couple ways that I reset are take a deep breath, close your eyes and slowly open them, are usually the two that pretty much work for everybody. Last couch poses, you can stand up. We're gonna twist it again. And again, all we're doing is, basically our light is just coming from here. So either I'm having them look into the light by turning to the side, or I'm using it to shape their body. Okay, so in this shot, you'll be on all fours with your knees here and your hands here. So you'll be facing that way. Okay, so you're gonna one hand on top of the other.
One hand on top of the other.
Okay, you're gonna sink into your shoulder blades. Exactly, your elbows will still be straight. And then you can bring your hands to where they're like underneath your shoulders. There you go, perfect. And then throw all of your hair to that side.
Which side?
That side. I'm just gonna fix this tag.
Do it.
Okay. And then your whole body weight, look at me for a sec. I just want you to shift forward. Right there is perfect. And then you're gonna peek a little bit over your shoulder there. Okay, deep breath. Okay, and you get some variation in that. I want you to shift your weight forward. Perfect, right there. Okay, and then shift your weight back. Okay, and then forward again, slowly. Perfect. That looks amazing. Okay, you're gonna do that exact same pose. I'm just gonna shoot it from a different angle. Okay. So you're gonna sink into those shoulder blades, okay, and then drop your head a little bit, and then push your weight towards me. Right there is perfect. Okay, and then your head down just a little bit more. Okay, and really sink, put as much curve in your back as you can. I want you guys to make these poses your own. If you see something, I want you to create it. The thing that's gonna set you apart from all these other people, all the other photographers, it's kind of the way that you see. It's one of the reasons why I just had a phone call today with a woman who just said, I'm looking for something more authentic and natural, but I have a really hard time being natural. It's not something that I'm not a model. Said that's what a lot of people call me for, is because even though my work is very posed and directed, it has kind of a feel of a little bit more natural. Sometimes somebody says it can feel like there's movement and motion in it, which is probably because, partially because I shot professional wedding films, and now I shoot now I shoot boudoir video. So bring in a little bit of your own sort of character into that. A photographer once told me there's only so many different ways you can pose somebody on all fours, which is true. They're on all fours, that's pretty much it. You can change the elevation of their hands or their knees. You can change how far forward they're going up. You can have it one hand or two hands. You can have, there's variations. So shoot those variations. Okay, so put your back up against this wall. It's gonna be nice and cold. Okay, so your butt is gonna be there. You're gonna arch, arch, arch. Perfect. You can see just like the dramatic difference in that pose already. So the first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna grab the bottoms here. and you're gonna be pulling them up a little bit. Okay, this leg that's closest to me is gonna be pointed. Perfect. So what this does, I'll show from here. So switch your knees so you can see. So you can see that this leg looks slimmer now because this leg is blocking some of it. This also puts a little curve in here. Now switch your legs back the other way. This will make your butt look bigger on this side, which is awesome. But it's different for everybody what it is that you're going for. So this is the pose that we're gonna have. Actually, instead of having your hands there, I want them to be on your bra straps. And you're gonna throw your hair on that side. Pretty much, I always want to see the neck. There's something really sexy about necks. If they've got too much hair, it can block some of the light that's shaping their body. But in this case, I like it a lot. So your butt's gonna go back, exactly. And then your head's just gonna tilt down just a little bit like this, perfect. So the key with this is just to have some kind of light coming back this way and a little bit of a dark. I sometimes do it over here, but I'm kind of shooting into the window there, so it doesn't work as well. So here's a little bit of a darker background. So, perfect. Really arch as much as you can. Go really extreme. Take a deep breath. Perfect, right there is amazing. Perfect. Okay, and then we can do the exact same thing. So switch to the other side. So you're gonna put your elbows up. Perfect, you're gonna scoot your feet back a little bit more. Exactly, you're gonna take your head tilt in. Amazing, so we'll do one like this. Just brush your hair back just a little bit more so we can see you.
Not working.
Perfect, I love this. Okay, so now that you can see the difference here. Perfect. Now straighten your left leg and make your right leg the one that's bent. Yeah, there you go. And then really arch. You can see what a difference it makes in this example. Okay, so I've got a couple of different fabrics that I use for the bed. This is like such a gorgeous color, but it's also pretty close to her skin tone, so we're not gonna use it because we want her skin to pop. So this gray, I just got it on Amazon. The inconsistencies are amazing. It's got a lot of nice texture to it. When you're shooting on the bed, you never want the bed to look pristine and not touched because, you know, I mean, the whole point is that, you know, something may have happened last night or something's about to happen, or so you just mess it up a little bit. That is perfect. Okay, so you're gonna just sit right in the middle, just hop in there, and you're gonna face me. You're gonna be on your knees, just like this. Perfect. Okay, so you can separate your knees a little bit. Okay, so what we have here is all this light is coming from this side, which is gorgeous. It's gonna light up her face real beautifully for like the portrait look. But what we're gonna start with is shooting off axis. We're gonna shoot right from where you're at. I'm gonna shoot in this way, which has all of this light coming around her. And even, this isn't super necessary, but basically the more contrast you'll get from the more off direction the light is going. So if I'm shooting from here, it's going to be more extreme if the light's coming this way than it is if the light's going this way. So that's just why I closed that window right there. It's gonna be more arching your back. You're gonna grab from the sides here. You're gonna lift it up to where there's a little bit more of an arch. Exactly, just like that. You're gonna throw your hair to that side. Amazing. Is your hair longer than last time we shot? It's like a lot longer. Okay, so again, you're just gonna relax your head, tilt down just a little bit. Perfect, and then instead of having your feet up like this, you're gonna, I know. Okay, sit down for a sec. Yeah. So in this one, because I know it's not easy, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the picture so you can sit right back down.
Okay. Point the toes.
Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, pull your hands up higher. All right, go ahead, I'm ready. Amazing. Okay, relax. A variation doesn't have to be something that they're doing. It can just be the position of where you're at. Basically, I shoot either thinking in terms of front light, so like nice portrait, lighting up their face and their eyes glowing, or I'm thinking something that's really showing off all the lines of their body, all the curves of their body. Okay, so same thing, you're gonna arch. Instead of doing that, let's do one hand underneath, one arm underneath like this, and then the other hand, just grab here. Exactly. Then you're just gonna shoulder shrug to me, just a little bit. And then when you do it, instead of going in this way, you're gonna go in this way. Exactly.
And then up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fix your hair here.
Do it.
All right, deep breath. Eyes right at me. Head tilt in this way. So amazing. Now we're gonna do 2 all 4 shots on the bed. So you're actually gonna be facing that way.
Okay. Facing the wall or facing the...
Facing the alcohol.
Okay.
And you're gonna scoot back this way a little bit. Perfect, yeah, you can come back from here. Okay, so one hand on top of the other. Bring your hands to under your shoulders.
Yep.
Throw your hair to that side.
Yeah, huh?
You seeing a pattern?
It's never gonna...
Okay, you're gonna sink in. Exactly. Okay, and then instead of turning towards me on this one, you're just gonna let your head drop all the way. And then you're gonna kick your feet up a little bit on this one. Perfect. Deep breath. Okay, we're gonna do pretty much that same pose, except you're gonna be straight like this.
Okay.
So your nose is gonna be pointed towards the pillows.
Okay.
Perfect, right there. Oh, nope. So now you're at an angle like this. I want you straight
Oh,
on the
sorry.
bed. There you go. Okay, again, I'm just using this light coming from this angle. So your hair, if you could.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's real. This is real.
Perfect. Do that with your knees together. Perfect. One more. Okay, we're gonna do one more all 4s, but you're gonna be rotated around the other way with your head this way. Perfect. So basically what we've done, when she was on her knees, we did this that had the side light. Then we went around and got the one where her eyes were glowing. Then we did on all 4s, we did the side light, and now we're gonna go around and get a shot where her eyes are glowing. So put your hands down there. Perfect. And then,
Yeah.
okay, so the reason why we're shooting up on them is because it shows more dominance for them. So what you're gonna do is exactly what you're doing. Just close your eyes for a second. Take a deep breath. Slowly open them. Amazing. Drop your head even a little bit lower. Okay, and then take your head and kind of come opposite. Yeah, right there. So good. Amazing. Okay, do one peeking behind you. This is just this quick little variation. And then run your hands through your hair just one time.
Which hand?
It doesn't matter. It's just to kind of change it up. Change up your hair. Perfect, exactly. Deep breath. Okay, so you're gonna lay down with your head over here and your feet down there.
Stomach or back?
On your stomach. You could very kindly put your hair to that side.
Just, you know.
You're gonna bring your hands and kind of we're gonna do a couple different variations of this, but this is essentially shot, and then if you wanna pull your bra straps off to the sides. Okay, so same thing, we're gonna get down to eye level here. Deep breath. Amazing. Okay, you can pull your bra strap back up, probably on both sides. Okay, with your left arm, you're gonna extend that all the way, and then you're gonna, exactly. So with this hand, you're gonna bring it up in here like this, exactly. Perfect, close your eyes for a second. Amazing. So all this is it's like trying to be really engaging. You're trying to, instead of backing up and kind of shooting this artistic sort of curves of the body, we want to get really good connection, looking into the camera, eye level, very close, lit up, everything. So this is a pose you didn't do last time.
Oh,
So you're gonna go a little bit more diagonal this way. So your head's gonna be pointing towards that corner. Okay, perfect. Now what we're gonna do is less than that. A little less than that. Okay, so your hips are gonna roll over towards me. Perfect. And then your knees. So right now what's natural to do is to have them like one over the other. And what you want is still for them to be like this. Perfect. Okay, and then you'll bring your feet back like this. Perfect. And then your upper body is gonna be more straight down like this. Okay, and then I want your upper body to be basically flat on the bed. There you go, perfect. Okay, so now we've got the light coming in that's just gonna highlight right in here. And then the last thing you're gonna do, your heads and face and all that stuff's not in it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, you wanna put as much arch in your back as you can. Right there, perfect. Okay, pointing those toes for me, amazing. One more, two more. One more. Perfect. This definitely works best, I've found, when the light is coming completely, you're shooting directly into the light. So you're gonna lay on your back there, your feet over towards the pillows. Okay? So this is gonna be a detail shot. Here, sit up for a second, I'll show you. Instead of having your fingers straight, I want, see how my wrist is, and then my fingers are kind of curled up. And then for when you're doing it, you can just either a little bit, or you can bring it down a little bit. But either way, instead of having your fingers straight.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, and then just go down a little bit further. That. Okay, deep breath. Perfect. Okay, so start at the top, and then I'm gonna snap a couple pictures as you do the motion. Okay, chin up a little higher. Okay, go ahead, 1. Okay, keep going. Deep breath. Keep going. Let's spin you around. Okay, then you're gonna go down to your elbows. So again, with any of these poses, you can either make them more risque or less risque. This is something that you can do while they're not wearing anything. It can be something that they're doing when they're only wearing a bra, or when they're only wearing bottoms, or kind of whatever it is that will end up taking place, kind of your choice. The way that I do that, to get more and more risque with the pictures, the way that I explain that to clients is I say, okay, here's a shot that I want to try. Are you smiling because you remember us doing this last time? So I have a shot in mind, and I'll usually do the less risque version of it first. So something like this I would do with the bra and underwear on, and then I'd take the picture, and then I'd show it to her. And I'd say, okay, I think this looks really amazing, but I think it would be even more incredible if you weren't wearing your bra for this shot. As you can see here, kind of depending on, in this one, her hands are gonna be covering her chest. So I'd say in this one, you wouldn't be able to see anything anyways, it would be implied. What do you think about that? If they say awesome, you shoot it. If they say, I think that's a little outside of my comfort zone, you say, no problem, and you just go on, keep shooting. I've only maybe 2 or 3 times remember somebody saying, you know what, that's a little outside of my comfort zone, and that's totally fine. This leg's gonna stay exactly the same. That leg's gonna slide down, not quite that much. Perfect. Okay, you're gonna put a little arch in your back here, and your hands are gonna come over your chest. Let's actually have them grab your bra straps. Okay, and then your head's just gonna rest down all the way, just right there. Okay, relax. So I know that's not super comfortable, but it's gonna look amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so again, all we're doing is we're using the light to, there you go, perfect. Okay, as much as you can arch, okay? Deep breath. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, relax. Okay, so again, you can do the variations of the poses kind of no matter where they're at. You can have them on the bed for this one. You can have them on the floor. In this particular case, we're gonna have you kind of on the corner of the bed. So you're gonna put your knees here. Okay. And you're gonna put your chest or like lay down on it. So this is gonna be another suggestive shot. So you're gonna arch your back as much as possible. Exactly, and then with your hands, you're gonna start to pull your underwear down, exactly, just like that. Okay, so you can let your head rest down on the bed. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you one change. So you can see how you're pulling down from the sides,
Yes.
and so the top is still basically
Yes.
on. So, exactly right there. Perfect, right there, don't move. Okay, close your eyes. Okay, one from further back and then point your toes. Okay, we're just gonna do two, just one right here. You can just stand here. Okay, and what you're gonna do is the leg that's closest to me is gonna be bent. Okay, and then you're gonna grab your bottoms. You're gonna lift up. So again, this you can do it with a bodysuit. You can do it with bra and bottoms. You're gonna create a little bit more of a circle here, exactly. Perfect. Okay, go a little higher. Okay, and then peek down over your left shoulder. So one of the benefits of an air mattress is that you can just pick it up and move it wherever you want. So we're gonna do that. So again, we've moved our studio and we don't want the sun to actually hit her skin. So we're just gonna do that. Okay, you can lay back down. Lay back down. You can lay down for the first time. Okay, so again, me, subject, light. It's gonna get boring. The first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna slide your feet just a little bit further away from you. In this particular pose, we can do a bunch of different variations. The first one is to have their feet down. This creates a little bit more arch in their back. It's actually really unhealthy for you, but it looks amazing. First thing we're gonna do is you're gonna grab your, and then you can slide your thumbs underneath the bra straps. Perfect. Then a little arch, your chin's gonna go up. Perfect. Deep breath. Perfect. Separate your knees a little bit. Chin up even a little higher. Eyes closed. Perfect. Now what we're gonna do is, from the bottoms, instead of pulling them up, you're gonna be pulling them down. So you're gonna have straight arms. Perfect. And then you're gonna point your toes and actually have them half hang off the edge, so like your heels are gonna be there. Perfect. Okay, and then I want your arms to actually be straight and then to be up a little bit higher. Perfect, and then your wrists are still gonna be bent back that way. Perfect. So what we're doing here is now we can see underneath, we can see some of this arch. Okay, so chin up. Perfect. Perfect, you get your detail shots of those. One more deep breath. Okay, so in this one, basically what we're trying to do is get a little bit of the perspective. So you can shoot from this angle and from that angle and have them do a bunch of different things with their hands. But to make it a little bit more personal, to make the images feel a little bit more personal, you can change the perspective. So in this one, you're gonna go straight arms. Exactly, just right there. Okay, this will help. Okay, so give yourself actually a little bit more of a wedgie with those bottoms, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so with your hands, it's not gonna be really extreme,
Okay.
but you're gonna sort of from your middle finger, get underneath your butt,
Okay.
and then just lift it up just a little bit. Exactly. Perfect. And then instead of having them kind of more covered, you're gonna pull them off to the side. Perfect. And then instead of having your fingers right now, you've got them all flat like this. I want more like just your middle fingers, maybe your first finger, and then your other fingers are just kind of exactly. Okay, so separate your feet just a touch, just like this. Okay, and then you're gonna really arch your butt back. Exactly, right there. Perfect. Okay, take your chin and tilt it down, forward. That's perfect. And then do less pressure on your fingers. Perfect, right there. Okay, and bring your elbows a little closer together. Perfect, get one from here. You want to have a seat on that side. You can scoot back just a little bit further. You're going to separate your legs on this one. And let's put your right hand is going to go back behind you here. A little bit further so you can just kind of go there. Then you'll go nice and tall. And then with this hand, you're going to point it down, kind of down around your belly button.
Okay.
Exactly, just like this. So start a little bit higher.
Okay.
And the thing that's really going to make this, instead of kind of going around like this, as much as you can point it down.
Like
Perfect.
that?
Like that. Okay, take a deep breath. Okay, and eyes down. Okay, we got 2 left. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Okay, for this shot, any type of see-through fabric will work. This was $11 from IKEA. Here at Boudoir by Sasser, we only get the very finest of materials. Okay, so normally we will do this one fully nude. Some clients aren't comfortable with that. So whichever it is, I kind of leave it towards the end of the shoot. The key on this one here is you're gonna be pulling a little bit to one side, a little bit to the other side, and you can rock your weight with it as you go. Okay, so here's this. And it's even better if you can shoot into a bright background. You can do this if you've got lights in your studio, you wanna put the studio lights behind it. You can do that if you've got a bright window. So you're gonna go this way, a bunch, right there. Okay, and then face me. There you go. Okay, and then just hold it down, just relax your shoulders for a second. And then you really rock your hips to one side as you go. Perfect. Okay, do this with your eyes down. So exactly, so now shift to the other side. Perfect. And the shot that I'm trying to get here, actually hold it a little bit closer so your arms aren't so, exactly. There you go. Okay, go to the other side. Perfect. That's great. Okay, the other side. Amazing. Okay, the other side. It's the moment right in between. Okay, ready for the grand finale?
Yes.
Pretty much like 100% of my shoots, 98% of my shoots end with this particular shot. It's really flattering on everybody. And usually by the end, I'm like, they're like, I just want to go for it. So usually we'll do the shot fully nude. If a client doesn't want to show their nipples, there's a variation of it that I'm going to show you. So go ahead and lay down exactly right there. Actually get a little bit closer to the perfect, right there is perfect. So, okay, so again, we're gonna be pointing our toes and we're gonna play around with one leg a little closer to us than the other. Exactly, that looks nice. Switch them up. Yeah, I like that a lot. We're gonna use our head to lift up our shoulders. Okay, so the way you do that is you make your neck really, really short. You bring it up and you put the top of your head down and then that allows you to bring up your shoulders. This puts a huge arch underneath. Okay, if you just try and do it from here, it's not gonna work. Okay, so that's the first thing. If you don't want, if a client doesn't want their nipples shown, you can use their elbows to help support and also their hands to go here. So they'll go in here like this. Okay, we'll point our toes. Otherwise, what we're gonna start with is you're gonna have this hand come down here like this, exactly, bring it up a little bit more. Okay, and then this hand is gonna reach as far as it can go. Exactly, so we're gonna point our toes, we're gonna go chin up, you're gonna have your eyes closed, you're gonna take a deep breath.
Yep.
All right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, go, and then we're gonna stop. All right, ready?
Yes.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Chin up, deep breath. Okay, relax. Amazing. We're gonna do that same thing, but with your elbows in. Okay, so your hands are just gonna go over your chest there.
Okay.
So same thing.
Okay.
Tiptoes. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Chin up, deep breath. Really arch, even more. Perfect, relax. That's a wrap.
We did it.
Cut it.